Mitchell now works on Trent. Lost it momentarily. Recaptures. 3 seconds left. Mitchell for the win. Yes! He knocks it down.
According to Doc Rivers himself, it wasn't about if Evan Mobley and the Cleveland Cavaliers would arrive. It was about when. And that time is now. The Cavaliers are 7-0, and Donovan Mitchell hit a crazy game winner in what could go down as one of the early season games of the year against a Milwaukee team that was desperate for a win, with Damian Lillard and Giannis combining for 75 points, with Dame hitting 10 threes. The Bucks started this game out on a 9-0 run with 3 super early threes, and it felt like a reality check for the Cavs. It really felt like it was going to just be one of those nights, but the Cavs showed their grit. They showed how bad they wanted to be 7-0. And despite the Bucks constantly throwing punches, Damian Lillard having a Dame time performance, and Giannis getting away with as many steps as he wished, the Cavs kept fighting back all night long. Credit to Kenny Atkinson, credit to Donovan Mitchell, credit to the bench especially. Everyone fought and showed up when it mattered most, despite a poor night shooting wise. The Cavs really showed they have multiple ways they can win, and even though yes, it is still super early in the season, setting a tone like this can work wonders, because when this team does go through a rough stretch at some point, they can just go back to what they were doing during this stretch of basketball. Before I get into everything in this video, I would really appreciate it if you would drop a like and subscribe. It only takes 5 seconds, plus you can always change your mind. We are on the road to 40,000 subscribers, and with your support, I believe we can get there super fast. Alright, so the Cavs are 7-0. The core 4 of this team are really starting to arrive, and I gotta admit, I did not expect the bench to be this good. I mean, they beat the Bucks on the second night of a back-to-back, on a night where Dame and Giannis absolutely went off, without Karis LeVert. This team is resilient, and I honestly was not even really that impressed with how the Cavs played in this game. George Niang was not hitting any open threes, Darius Garland once again could not figure out how to finish open layups, and in the first half, Jarrett Allen looked lost offensively. But Mitchell really was the anchor of the team in this one. He made sure everyone was settled down, and even got everyone hyped up in one of the later timeouts. He is the perfect leader for this team, and it's crazy how wrong the media was about him not wanting to stay in Cleveland. One of the X factors in this game ended up being Sam Merrill, who I'm pretty sure actually was drafted in Milwaukee, so this may have been a bit of a revenge game for him. But he was the guy that got the Cavs offense going when they got into a big slump early. And not only were the other guys getting him the ball, he actually with his pump fakes was creating his own shots as well. And then defensively, he went crazy, drawing a couple of charges, taking advantage of some of that Milwaukee second half frustration. He finished the game with 17 points in 22 minutes and was 6 of 10 from the field with 5 threes. And he also grabbed a huge rebound away from Giannis late. Darius Garland had a double-double in this game, but he only had 11 points. But he did have those 10 assists and did not turn the ball over at all, which is pretty impressive. But man, he just needs to make those layups. A few of the misses were pretty embarrassing. And I don't know if he has the yips or what it is, but he's lost some of that shooting touch he used to have 2 years ago. Isaac Okoro, in terms of plus-minus, was the most impactful player in this game. He knocked down a few big threes, and he really made the hustle plays that won the Cavs the game, especially late in the fourth quarter, getting offensive rebounds, diving all over the floor, and doing his best to contain Damian Lillard, even though he was red hot all night long, making ridiculous shots. I thought Dean Wade defensively did a pretty good job on Giannis throughout the night. He was the initial guy on him, and then whenever Giannis actually had the ball, that is when help would come. But Giannis is definitely going to get his, and he did that. But throughout the second half, the Cavs forced him to take a few uncomfortable shots that ended up leading to the Cavs getting out in transition. And getting out in transition is the big difference between this year's team and last year under JB Bickerstaff. The Cavs are trying to play fast. They're trying to take the early shot if it's there. Last season, they waited forever for a screen and played to develop, and before they even got into an action, there would be under 10 seconds left on the clock. I always hated Bickerstaff's offense, and it turns out that we were all right about our opinions of him. Because even though yes, it is early, with Bickerstaff, the Cavs would have never won that game last night. Not in a million years. Anyways, moving on, let's talk about Evan Mobley. Because both offensively and defensively, he has really taken the leap. He looks a lot stronger on defense, he can disrupt shots from pretty much wherever he is, he even blocked Giannis and got all ball from behind. And then on offense, my brain is still trying to adapt to this aggressive version of Mobley. Sometimes he will get pushed around in the paint and he'll go up with the shot. And my brain will be like, no, 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 but then he'll bank it in with a soft touch. And it's so great to see. And he is only scraping the surface of what he can be. I actually do see the resemblance of him and Giannis now. And I think we all forgot that Evan came into the league before he was even able able to drink. So a few years from now, I think we are really going to see the Giannis-like Evan Mobley. And then for the last guy I want to talk about, Donovan Mitchell truly is the best shooting guard in the entire league. I know people have their opinions, you can say Devin Booker, but the way he carried the Cavs through a bad night like this was something that only superstars can do. And he still had some really bad moments in the game. I didn't like that possession he had with under a minute where he played hero ball and chucked up a random off-balance shot, but he made up for it with the game winner. And it was clear early on that it wasn't going to be Garland's night shooting the ball, and Spider really picked him up. I've already broken down some game film in previous videos as to why the Cavs have been so successful early on this year. But it's been ball movement, it's been great defense around the rim from the Twin Towers, it's been the consistency of Karis LeVert and Ty Jerome off the bench, and if Sam Merrill really can get going and provide a few threes in his limited minutes throughout the season, that will be huge for this team. I don't know what it is with these Cleveland teams and unexpected hot starts, but I'm all here for it. But I don't even know if I would say that it was unexpected for the Cavs. They beat the Magic in the first round without Jarrett Allen, and then they had the series tied for Game 3 against Boston. But it was just too much not having Allen, and then Mitchell ended up getting hurt too, which wrapped up that series. And then, with everyone signing their extensions and there not being any outside drama this offseason, with everybody knowing how this franchise views them, they were able to solely focus on basketball, and that has translated on the court. Here's what some of the players, coaches, and media have had to say about the 7-0 start.
You always shine in big moments. Talk to you about delivering that final blow.
I mean, shoot, I had to hit one. I done sold the rest of the three before that, right? I mean, man.
Unbelievable. I mean, he needs someone on Dame, and I know Dame hit a lot of shots, but we felt comfortable with Isaac on him. But then Isaac making those three. How many threes did he make tonight? Three? Did he make three?
Yeah, 3 or 4.
Yeah, big threes, timely threes. You know, he's a scrappy, he's just a winner. The guy's a winner. He does whatever you need, and had some really good cuts to the basket, but huge game for him.
They did. Well, you know, the thing about Cleveland, too, is, you know, a game like this is by far the most impressive. It's the second of a back-to-back. It's on the road. It's against a desperate team with arguably the two best players on the floor. And for you to go in there and come out, and, you know, Darius Garland averaged at best tonight. They didn't really get a lot. The bench, to Smitty's point, was terrific. But it speaks to the bigger issue for Milwaukee. They can't defend.
That's really all I got for this video. Thank you all so much if you made it to this point, and if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly does mean the world. And also, let me know what you would like to see next, and until then, I will see you all later.